Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So, welcome to BGTU YouTube. And what I want to talk about is you want to learn to trade. Most people get into trading because they seen something on social media, they see how much money people are making in a short amount of time, and they get in because it looks easy and they feel they can do it. So, we're going to talk about that today. And we are going to start off with our disclaimer. You can pause to read this. Some government required risk disclaimers. Trade at your own risk. Like, this is serious. You could lose money. So, if you're not sure, do not blindly follow anybody, and that includes me. And make sure you understand what you're doing before you do it. So, why people learn to trade? The first thing is freedom and flexibility. You can trade anywhere on your own schedule. You can go right from your phone and place a trade. Like years ago, you would have to call your broker, actually, your banker. Your banker would call their broker, and then their broker would call a market maker. And it was like 15 million calls before, your trade was placed. So, let's just say you saw something for $5 at 10 in the morning, your trade might not be placed until 10:30, 11, or even later. So now it's at your fingertips. You have unlimited income potential. Your earnings aren't capped by any salary. You can make as much as you want to make. And the great thing is, it's a skill for life. Trading is a lifelong skill that grows with you. And the other great thing is, you can teach your family and friends, and then you can all like trade together. So, that's the beautiful one of the beautiful things about trading. Why do people learn to trade? Self-reliance. You can be your own financial backup, especially now with AI and all the things that are going on in the world. People are concerned about their jobs and how can they retire. If you learn to trade and invest, both combination, you can be your own financial backup. Challenges and growth. Trading pushes you to grow each day. So I'm going to tell you, if you are not a person that likes to learn, this is probably not for you. If you only knew the amount of hours I have spent doing research and trying to figure things out, it is astronomical. But I enjoy learning, so it's not a chore for me. But if that's not something you really enjoy, honestly, trading may not be for you. So, what I want you to realize with this picture is, if you are in your comfort zone and it's all nice and comfy and decorated and you're chilling, and you don't like to move really to the learning and growth zone, because the growth zone happens after you learn something, after you make mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning, which help you to grow. So, if this is not you, I would rethink the trading aspect of trading and maybe look at investing. You buy Apple stock, you let it sit for 10 years. So that can happen nicely in your comfort zone. So it doesn't mean you cannot get in and start making money in the markets. It just means is the way that may work best for you may not be to trade either daily or weekly or even monthly for that matter. So that's what we want to look at there. The four pillars of trading success. Technical analysis. Number one, you have to be able to read a chart. Like, there's no way around that. Got to be able to read a chart. You have, within reading the chart, you have to understand price action. So your candlesticks are basically telling you what price is doing. And each candlestick represents, you could be a part of that candlestick, someone that bought and or sold during the time of that candlestick forming. So it's important you're able to read the candlesticks and understand them in the context of the chart. Risk management. Like, after you learn how to read the chart, number two, you need to learn how to protect your money. Protect your money at all costs. When you get in, you are basically looking to protect your money. Are you going to lose money? Absolutely. There's no way to trade without losing money. But you can manage your risk by saying, I'm only going to lose $200, $50, $100, depends on what you're trading, and stick to that. Most people, if you stick to your risk management plan, those losses are very easy to recover. It's when you have these big huge losses of 10,000 and 15,000 and 20,000, those losses are really difficult to recover. So having a risk management plan and sticking to it is imperative. Trading psychology, ooh, mastering your emotions. If you have been trading for any amount of time, you could definitely speak to this. Your emotions can and will be all over the place. It's your money on the line, and it's your livelihood, especially if you're trying to use date trading as a full-time job. So you have to learn how to master your emotions. You have to learn how to calm yourself down. You have to learn how to get yourself out of a rut. And this is probably the one of the biggest parts of trading and the hardest parts of trading. The technical analysis and the risk management, trust me, is the easy part. Managing you is the part that is a little questionable. And when I say this, I'm like talking about myself. I remember my first big loss was $15,000. Trust me, I stopped trading and had to sit back and rethink my entire life because at that point, I have never lost $15,000 in my life. So it's a whole different mindset. Having a trading plan and process, being consistent versus being random. You need a process, one that's repeatable, and two that you can stick to. If your process has like 15 million steps, it's going to be really difficult for you to stick to that process because one, you've got too much information to process. So you need a plan and a process that works for you and how you like to trade. So what do you need to get started? You need a basic setup. You need a computer and or phone, an internet, and some space to think. If you've got dogs running around, kids running around, phones ringing, a lot of stuff, you can't have those distractions. You really have to decide what you want to do and find you a quiet space and be in that space. You need a charting platform such as TradingView. There's lots of them out there that you could use. Many people use TradingView, and oftentimes charts on other platforms or websites are actually coming from TradingView. But I mean, there's ones out there. You just got to find one that works for you. You need capital, and that says or demo account. I am going to say and a demo account. Start with a practice demo account before risking real money because I guarantee you in your life you have said, "Oh, this looks really easy." And you go to try it and it's not as easy as it looks. So like I said, the concepts and the technical analysis part is easy. You are the wild card. You're the one that's we've got to work on. You need a positive mindset. You need to be in the right mindset, be ready to learn, fail, and grow. You can't grow if you don't lose money. You can't grow if you don't make bad trades because then that's when you learn what not to do. If you think about it, anytime you've learned something, it's because you made a mistake, not because you already knew it. So failing is part of the growth process. And unfortunately, in this business, it's losing money. So that's why we like for you to go in your paper accounts and stay there as long as you can until you get a grasp of yourself. You need time to study and practice. This is a skill. There is no shortcut. Trust me. Um, I can give you all the cliff notes I want, but your ability to execute depends on you. So you have to practice the skill. I can give you the information, but it's your job to take the information and practice the skill so that you can become skilled at this so that you can profit from it. So, what do you actually need to do to win? You need a proven process. You need a process that works. No process works 100% of the time. Some processes work better than others. And you need to be able to have a repeatable process. If this process only works, two times out of 10, I don't really know if I want to use that. Now, you don't need a 100% win rate or 90% win rate or anything like that. You just need to be, when you're right in a big way. And when you're wrong in a small way. That's the biggest thing. So even if you have a process that it's 50-50, as long as when you're right, you take advantage, you'll be fine. You need discipline and patience. We have to wait for setups to develop to be able to take the trade. And a great setup doesn't necessarily happen every single day. The market tends to consolidate more than it actually moves and trends. So you have to kind of wait for something to happen, and you need to know what it is you're waiting for in order to be able to profit from the market movements. So, being disciplined, having a process and sticking to the process, and being patient, patient to wait for what it is you're looking for to appear on the charts. And once again, in there, time to practice. I cannot stress the practice enough. Get yourself a demo account. If your demo account has like $1 million in it and in real life you only have say 1,500, you can change it and make it 1,500 so you are trading with the amount of money that you really have. If you don't have $1 million and you're practice trading with a million, you have a lot more flexibility and things that you can do to get yourself out of a situation than you do with 1,500. So if you start exercising and learning some of those techniques and you don't have that money, it will not translate over into the market when you really get in there. So if you're starting with the demo account, make sure your demo account has in there exactly what you have to start with. That way you, when you translate over or move over to real money, you can basically, hopefully it'll be a smooth transition for you. So, if you want to go deeper in a proven method for success, I have created the ultimate trading course. I have worked a long time on this. I have done a whole lot of research. I have dispelled a lot of things that people say you can't do, such as timing the market. Now, I can't time the market and say within the next 5 minutes we're going to go up or down, but I'm good plus or minus 2 to 3 days. That was one of the things for me. All the things that people said you couldn't do, I wanted to see if it was possible. And then I put a system in place to basically disprove all those things and show you that things are possible. You can time the market. If you know how to read the candlesticks, you can understand price action better and make movements in the markets in the context of the chart. So I created the ultimate trading course. Um, I released this April 1st, 2025. So make sure you keep that date in mind, depending on when you're watching this. You can scan the QR code to get to it, but I'm going to tell you about it a little bit. So, number one, what's included is it's a lifetime course. Once you pay the fee, you never have to pay anything else again. You can access it as much as you want. Secondly, if you bought in the month of April 2025, there's a small account challenge that will start in May to help you build a small account to get you going. I have alerts on. Sorry, let me cancel that alert. So that is one of the things you don't pay extra for. It's just part of the fee that you pay. There's a course in there called Solutions to Common Trading Problems. The full course is in there. So if you're currently a trader and you're struggling with some things, I put that in there to give you some solutions. So if you're struggling, I want you to go here first and figure out what you need to do to fix your life before you start getting into the course. I also added a long term swing trade in there. I added this April 1st. I did it when I released it because I didn't want the information being old. So I actually recorded it the day of the release. So the information is up to date. That trade was put in there to help you potentially recoup the money that you paid for the course. I mean, and if you get in there, you could probably do it before even the small account challenge happens. So Be mindful if you are coming in May, June, July, or anytime after April 2025, that long term swing trade may not be valid. So it's only good as far as the information that's provided, probably for April. Livestock breakdown videos. I am actually live market trading and breaking down videos and telling you what's going to happen next and what to look for. Um, I am also breaking down charts. The market necessarily isn't open, and I'm taking a chart and showing you how to use the 6 step method on your chart. When I'm live trading, I am going through the 6 step method on the chart. So every time I get on a chart, I am taking you through the process that I created and showing you how to use it over and over and over and over and over again, because I want you to see that it works. And I want you to see I can do it live. I want you to see I can do it on a static chart. I mean, I'm talking even down to the 15 second. I can even trade on the 15 second chart. And if you are one of the people that are enrolling in April 2025, you also get a Telegram chat. And that is basically to help you with the small account challenge and give you any information. Also, in that chat, I will be asking for your feedback. If there is something you feel would help, giving the parameters of my 6 step process, I'm not going outside of that. I will actually create a video and add it to the course. So these first 30 days are critical because I want to make sure you get an input as well into the course and we get those things added to make sure that you're successful. So the first 30 days of this course release is critical, and it's like a time for you to make sure you get information that you need added to a course. Now, where else can you do that? So let's talk about what's in there. So I want you to see that we have a welcome message that if you enroll, you definitely need to read. Our swing trades are there. So there's two of them. I actually added two. And then there's your link to your Telegram chat. These are the 6 steps. I am going through the 6 steps one by one. Live trading and chart breakdowns. This is me actually live trading. You can see April 2nd, 2025. I traded the open live and recorded it. And you get to see that. So I was in that trade roughly for 37 minutes. I break down 3 separate charts. And because I put these in, I think I put them in April 2nd, 2025 in the morning. Because, like I said, part of the reason when I built this course, I wanted all the information when it was released to be current. So, all the charts, all the live trading, a lot of that stuff is current, like literally within the last couple days, because I wanted you to be able to see with what I said, did it really happen? So, you didn't have to be like, well, yeah, she said that a long time ago and it didn't happen. Sorry, I thought I deleted that. I also give you two indicators to help you manage your trade. I'm not a big, huge indicator fan. I explain that in these videos, but there are two that can help you manage your trade. For the live trading on April 2nd, 2025, you see me use those indicators and show you live how they can help you. But I don't use them all the time. Mindset, told you the biggest wild card here is you. So I wanted to give you a few things on mindset and what you need, the mindset you need to have in order to succeed. Solutions to common trading problems. This is a full course where we're talking about if you take profits too soon, you let losing trades continue to run, you force trades, you're taking low quality trades, you're not being patient, you don't have a strategy. Now, that should not apply after this course because I'm giving you a strategy. Inconsistent risk management or going all in. So, this is a course, like I said, if you're struggling, I put it in there because I wanted you to have some help with that. Laying the foundation. Do you have what it takes to be a trader? We go through what the day in the life looks like for a trader, and we go over risk management because that's important. Like, that's your number one job to protect your capital. So, you have to manage the risk. Candlesticks and more. Everything you ever wanted to know about candlesticks. You really want to watch this along with Candlestick Secrets Exposed. So these are two things you really want to watch, because I guarantee you a lot of things I talk about in here, other people have not spoken about. There are some things that are basic, but there are some things I guarantee you people have not spoken about. So you want to watch those. You got a little cheat sheet, and this is where it all begins. And there's a little handout. This is like the holy grail of my whole system. If you master this, and trust me, it's talked about up here in these steps. So it's in the steps. But I go deeper here. If you manage this piece, master this piece, like the rest of your trading life becomes really easy. And I show you that over and over and over again in my live videos. Tools of the trade. You got to have the right tools for the job. So I give you some tools to help you take your trading to the next level. I give you a little information on market sectors, and there's a little handout. If you want to trade futures, I go over this video and show you how to get set up so that you can trade futures. Option contracts, if you're on the equity side and you're trading option contracts, you really need to understand all these different things. Now, some of these are back in 2023, but it doesn't matter because we're looking at the Greeks on different charts. So, whatever information I provided is actually still valid right now. So, that doesn't change. You get a list of helpful websites. You get option vocabulary and anatomy of an option contract. Show you how to do a strike price formula, how to do trailing stops, how to hedge. We talk about wash sales. So this one is pretty extensive because there's a lot to options trading that you need to be aware of. When you're trading options that you do not need to be aware of when you're trading futures. So, and the biggest thing are the Greeks over here. There are no Greeks in futures. So, as long as the market is moving in your direction in futures, you can profit. On the option side, if you don't have enough volatility pushing the market, you may struggle to profit. So, all those things are explained. So, there is the ultimate trading course. I guarantee you will find it very helpful. Like I said, these videos here throughout the month of February, I will be adding more live videos. I will add more chart breakdowns. And don't forget, that will be in real time. So when I break down those charts and tell you price can move up or price can move down, you'll be able to watch and see what happens. Am I right 100% of the time? Absolutely not, because no one's perfect. I may have missed something. The market may have decided to do something else because our president said something and the market reacted to it. So, am I correct 100% of the time? No, but I am correct enough to be profitable. And I'm saying that because that's what I want you to understand about me or anybody else. No one is correct 100% of the time, and we all make mistakes, and so will you. So do not come into trading thinking you have to be perfect. There is no perfection in here. It's only progress. We strive to be better today than we were yesterday, and literally that's our only thing we're trying to do. So I hope to see you in our new course. I think you will love it. I think it's going to be very helpful. And I think any issues that you are having, this is going to clear it up. So, you guys take care. I hope to see you in the new course, and I will talk to you soon.